Guys, in this video, we're going to be talking to you about why an education is so important. So, an education is important for many, many reasons. And some of those reasons are simply because when you're in school, you're going to be growing your brain cells, whereas doing a monotonous job, you're not going to be able to do the same thing. You're constantly learning. They're not going to teach you about international marketing expansion, business law, or even the decimetric radiation of Jupiter, inverse norm geometric CDF PDF, um, Assessed liabilities equals owner's equity, financial, managerial, tax accounting. They're not going to teach you about economics, final value principles, invisible hand theory, things that even if they're available to you on the internet, you are not going to do with the same structured manner. Think about it. A dude at a bar is, if he comes home and says, "Yo, I got a test to study for Friday. I got to get this homework in the deadline now, is right now," versus a dude that doesn't have that sort of pressure, he's not going to do that type of stuff. He's not going to learn. He's going to aimlessly just read it, forget about it the next day, and be done. I've been both those types of dudes, which is why I went back to school. I finished my degree at the age of 28, and I'm so very proud of it. And I ended up working for a few companies that utilized my degree, and then now I'm working for a Fortune 500 company. Um, so I'm actually switching jobs to another Fortune 500 company. So I've used my degree for many things, including my own business as well too. Um, I've used it simply just to motivate myself. People without a degree are very, very lost. They don't know really what to do. They have no clue and direction of how to do things in a timely manner. And even if they do them, it's purposeless. In biology, we were also taught, it's a known fact, the only way to grow brain cells is by learning new subjects. Now, people who don't go to degree, they see one thing on their phone and they're like, oh my God, so cool, so cool. Now, try learning 10, 20, 30 new things each day. Not just off your phone, learning one thing in an unorganized, untimely manner. Test it, apply it to yourself. When we write our papers, and we had to, like, let's say for international marketing expansion, or how business law affects, or how marketing laws and codes of what we have to adhere to in when expanding a business. When we have to write 6 pages about that, we have to use all the brain work, find the proper sources, and find what exact, not just one line, one thing that we read off a phone. We have to go out and actually find those specific sources and put them and write things down that we didn't already have. So, being able to understand it, research it, understand what you researched, and then type something that you don't already have. Your data entry job isn't going to teach you that. Your retail job isn't going to teach you that. Your restaurant job isn't going to teach you that. You think you're going to learn astrophysics at Red Robin as a server? Yeah, right. Anyway, so also too with these degree jobs, they go through rigorous testing, and they're not going to put their faith in people that haven't done that testing and succeeded before. When I worked for a car company's finance corporation, the first 2 weeks were all just testing in the room, and I had to get above 90% of anything. I've seen people who don't have a degree that call themselves financial advisors. They're crap financial advisors because real financial advisors are FINRAA certified and CFP certified, and they take 3 months to study that. 1 month to 3 months, depending what position you're in, just to be able to get that job. And if you're also degreed, they'll pay you for it. If you're not degreed, they ain't gonna pay you shit. Let's be 100% honest. Nothing is worse than working with a bunch of idiots who have no degree that think they know what they're doing. People who work in the same monotonous job for 10, 15 years, they get dumber, whereas you get smarter. Okay? There's a lot of different reasons for why a degree is so, so important, but these are some of the main ones. Not just growing the brain cells, but also keeping yourselves in jobs that keep the brain cells. If someone has to add those assets plus liabilities equals owner's equity or come up with an international marketing expansion plan, that's a lot easier. That's a lot harder than moving boxes on a shelf. When I would do my corporate job for a big company, a Fortune 500, and I would also, in parallel with that, work at their retail stores one day every 2 weeks. I used to tell people that had bigger jobs too. I was like, it's nice to have a job that just doesn't use your head. Because using your head is a lot harder than doing that physical work. If you're debating whether to get a degree or not, absolutely you should get a degree. It's one of the most life changing things in the world, and I always was meant to do it, and I ended up finishing it a couple of years ago, and I am so proud of myself. I thought I was one of those people that thought, oh, you could do it without a degree. No, it's pointless, it's bland, it's meaningless, and It's not. It's more badass when you have a degree. It really is. You're fucking stupid without a degree, and there's no way around it. You don't. There is that tearthepaperceiling.org thing. I have a real mechanical mind. You shut the fuck up. What mechanical mindset do you have? It's not like you're a mechanical engineer. You're a dipshit. Go get a degree.